We're going in the order of shortest to tallest. So this guy right here would not be a good +1 to Cedar Point, but give it up for the man, Lil Daddy, everybody. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Come on. Let's go, let's go. Yeah. He dressed like he's trying to rob a lumber yard or some shit.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
The hell with it like? I said that shit over there. I said, he said, "Little Daddy, you going up first." I said, "What the fuck y'all going from the tallest to the smallest?" But that's some crazy shit, because I'm looking at here, I'm the oldest person in the room, damn near. I ain't bullshitting. Ladies, I'm 69 years old. Don't I got that sex appeal?
No.
Yeah, we shit, that's how I do sex with appeal. Last week I took a bath, but the damn thing got stuck in my neck. My damn neck was stiff for about 6 hours. So yeah, for real now. So my wife and I decided we're gonna do 69. Now I'm 69 years old. I ain't never did nothing like this before, but my wife said she was gonna show me. So my wife tell me to lay down on the floor. And as I lay down on the floor, she comes over and she positions herself, she squats down. But she farts. But she apologized. So I go to get up, and she said, "No, honey, we're gonna try it again." So she comes over, she positions herself, she squats again, she farts again. I said, "The hell with this shit, I ain't doing this 67 more times." So I just had cataract surgery done, y'all. Now I can finally see through the bullshit. Made me think, what if everybody was born with an eyeball in the crack of their ass? They'd be talking some shit they seen last night. Now that's some real shit.
Hey, how you doing?
And people say, "Man, why y'all always use the word shit?" I said, SHIT, simply how I think. Now that's some real shit. But that's my shit.
Are you going up tonight?
And you know, motherfuckers be trying to steal your shit. Hey, y'all, when I came up here, y'all thought I was Kurt Franklin, didn't y'all?
You look like Charlie Murphy.
Hey, so I was watching the news this morning, and they said that Sean Combs raped the girl.
Oh, no.
I just want to know one thing. Did he?
Oh,
That was my funny Diddy joke. I said I've been wanting to use that a lot of time, and I be forgetting, you know, we got so much shit. I'm 5 feet tall. I ain't gonna come up short twice. That's right, I'm the titty man. I love some big ass titty with a wet ass coochie. And you know what? Everybody want coochie. Some men want coochie so bad they had surgery just to get one. You think I'm bullshitting? Ask Caitlyn Jenner. Now I like cheese, but I ain't no rat. I like coochie, but not like that. I was at the gas station the other day and I seen the young lady with some big titties. I told you I'm the titty man. And I asked the young lady, I said, "If I lick it, can we kick it?" She said, "I don't do guys." I said, "Shit, I don't either, but I'll be your bitch for a day." I said, "I eat coochie too." Eating coochie is like eating ribs. If you don't get that shit all over your fingers in your face, then you ain't eating it right. I ain't bullshitting because she up there smiling. She must know about that shit. Hey, look, baby, I ain't bisexual, but I bisex. Since the last time I bought sex back in the 70s, goddammit, shit, pussy was $5. It was $10 for the room. That's a long time. Yeah, back in the 70s, sell that pussy for all its costs, cause pussy on credit could put you lost. What the hell you dropping over there? There ain't no bomb, is it? Huh? Now, you know I'm recording, don't knock my camera down over there, so, you know, you be cool over there. And get away from my niece, goddammit. I know she look good over there. There ain't no tasty treat. Yeah, so how many of y'all got children? So you know how kids do fucked up shit, right? So my son did something in school, and the school called me, and I had to go up to the school to see what was going on with my son. So they took me to his room. So when I walk in the room, I ain't want to disturb the class. So I heard the teacher ask the student, "I want y'all to use the word fascinate in the sentence." So there's one young lady raised her hand, and the teacher called on her. And she said, "When I went down south this summer, and we was down there with my grandfather, he got a farm, and he had some sheep, and they were fascinating." She said, "No, I want you to use the word fascinate." So another young lady raised her hand, and the young lady said, "I went to Vegas this year, and that was my first time ever being out of town. I was fascinated." She said, "No, I want you to use the word fascinate." So there was a little boy in the room. He raised his hand, and the teacher called on him. He said, "Mom, Carolyn got a sweater with 10 buttons on it, but her titties are so big she can only fascinate." Yeah, y'all. I never been on HBO. I never been to the Improv, but I've been on crack and I've been to rehab. From 1988 to 2017, I went from freebase smoking to crack smoking. Man, I was so high, Bird used to ask me for directions. I was so high for real, I called the police on myself, and the police arrested me and took my ass to jail. The next morning, I had to go to court. And the judge said, how do you plead? I said, not guilty. He said, can you explain the 27 cigarette lighters? I said, Your Honor, I was afraid of the dark. But y'all, I've been sober 7 years, y'all. This is my sobriety coin that I showed all the time because I actually been sober for 7 years. So I had to go through this program. And they said, if you want to stay sober, you got to change your people, places, and things. And the first thing you want to do is get rid of the drug dealer's phone number. Man, I ain't talked to my daughter since. Now y'all laughing, that's not a joke, that's fact. Me and my daughter still not talking to this day. Because that's what the young generation did back in the day back then. They served their own people. That's fucked up. But look at me, 69 years old, still look good. Young motherfuckers don't look better than me. And I'm proud of that. The only thing fake on me is my motherfucking teeth. I put them in the glass when I eat some ass.
What?
But that's some real shit. There you go, simply how I think. But let me tell y'all how I became a comedian. I had this job working at the pickle factory. And I had this fantasy of sticking my finger in the pickle slicer. Yeah, every day I would walk by and I look in the room, I had that fantasy of sticking my finger in the pickle slicer. I even called home and told my wife about it. She said, why would you want to do something like that? What if something happened to it? What am I going to do? I said, honey, it's just a fantasy. So y'all, on my 8th year, I did it. Yeah, I stuck my thing in the pickle slicer. And I went home and I told my wife, I said, honey, I did it. She said, did what? I said, I stuck my thing in the pickle slicer. She said, what happened? I said, I got fired. She said, no, the pickle slicer. I said, shit, that bitch got fired too. Yeah, that's some real shit. And I'm gonna close out, man, with the good one. But I had another joke. Yeah, right before I came in here, there was a young lady outside, she was smoking weed. And I asked her, was she addicted? She said, man, I got 6 kids. I said, ain't that you was addicted? But evidently she was addicted to the dick. She got 6 kids, huh? I'm glad ain't there one of mine. Cause child support is a bad motherfucker. Boy, they'll tear your ass up. See, my older daughter, 50. My older daughter, my baby girl, 40. I got 4 girls. You know, so I don't know, I ain't never had a son. I adopted some kids. I got my nieces, 2 children, so I'm raising them on 2 guys I got. But anyway, I'm gonna close out with, Bernie Mac came to me in the dream. Y'all give it out for Bernie Mac. And then give it up for yourselves too, man, till y'all came in here. But I got to tell this joke. Because I done had some comedians that said, man, if I was you, man, you can't use his stuff. But I ain't using his stuff. I said, people don't pay no attention. But Bernie Mac came to me in the dream. He said, look, Daddy, I seen they been fucking with you with your comedy. He said, but tell this joke because I don't think they heard me the first time. So me, a white guy and a Mexican guy, we walking down the road talking. I said, man, I want to go to heaven. The white guy said, God, right down the road. I said, how far? He said, a half a mile. But I'm going to tell you right now, little daddy, your name ain't on the list. I said, huh? He said, little daddy, your name ain't on the goddamn list. I said, well, maybe I can try. He said, maybe you can. Maybe if you can ask the Lord a question, if he can't answer, he just might let you in the heaven. So I whispered in the Lord's ear. The Lord looked at me. He looked up. He looked down. He said, open the gate. And I walked through the gate. The white guy said, that's some bullshit. How you get to that gate? He went to the father. He said, Father, what did that black guy ask you? He asked me, when would black people ever stick together? Give up for y'all hope.
Little Daddy.